Everybody, okay, so I've got a lot of stuff on the desk. I'm trying to make a little bit of room because I've got a lot of stuff on the desk. So here's what I'm thinking. You know, if you watch the first part, where this kind of became an idea, I liked the idea of the cover being padded, right? Right. So I went looking for some kind of batting, and I didn't find any, of course, because you never find what you're looking for. But what I did find is these makeup sponges. So we're going to try this. Will it work? No idea. I've never done this. So I grabbed from the kitchen the plastic wrap and wax paper because I have no parchment paper, which may be a mistake. And then I grabbed some more fabrics. So I grabbed this. I thought this was kind of cool. I grabbed some little scrappy. I think this was sari silk. I think this was sari silk. This is just some cotton. And of course these were all plunder bags, but I liked them. And then I think this might actually be the last of these curtains. The canvas material that I'm always using, it was from some curtains that I got at the Goodwill, I think. I might have gotten them at a rummage sale, but I think I got them at Goodwill. Okay, so let me start by getting this edging off. Okay, and I'll save this because you'll see me use this all the time. I just cut it, unstitch it, and use it for little pieces. So we'll stick that in there. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Let's get our pages out of the way. And let's get this out of the way because I'm actually thinking that would be pretty cool for a page. So let's get this out of the way. Oh, I have buttons. So I have a ton of buttons up front. And I went through my button drawer and I got just a lot of little bitty buttons. Yeah, there's a method to my madness, people. Okay, so let's set the buttons aside. Alright, and let's set this aside. And for right now, let's set all this aside. Okay, so here's my thought. This is the outside. My thought is that if I was to put down plastic wrap. Oh, I gotta turn on the iron. Alright, so now the iron's heating up. And I don't know this is going to work for a couple reasons. One, I'm not sure how well these cotton circles will conduct heat. And I've got to melt the plastic wrap for this to work. So, yeah, not sure if it's going to work at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear some plastic wrap big enough to cover my journal. Alright. And then take some of these and I'm going to cut them in half. And that was really gnawing them in half, but that's alright. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them like this on this edge. Okay, just like so. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just like so. And I haven't decided if I want to put the circles, the poofiness, on the front and the back. Just not sure. All right, let's grab some more. For now, I think I'm just gonna put it on the front. That might be a mistake, but I think I'm gonna. Okay. So there's that one and that one. I think that's enough. Okay, so let's set these aside, and let's grab some wax paper. Now, let's just go and cut the excess of this off. Should have done this first. All right, you know what? Let's don't. Let's pick this back up and let's double this so I have twice as much to melt. Because the melting is what's going to hold it. That one and that one, and then I'm going to put a whole one. Wait, put all right. So I need a half one up here. Okay, and then I need half one here. Half one there because the cut edge, and then a whole one, a whole one, a whole one, and a half one. Okay. And then I'm going to put a whole one there, 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 and there. Need that one, that one, that one. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this one in half again and put half of it there and half of it there. Okay. Anybody got your fingers crossed that this actually works? Because I don't know that it's gonna. Alright, so here's the things we don't know that we really need to know. First of all, we're using wax paper instead of parchment paper. So is everything going to stick to the wax paper? Don't know. Will the cotton conduct enough heat to melt the plastic behind it? Don't know. I need my rag. Oh, there's a whole nother sheet of this down at the bottom. Alright. We'll just use that. Good, because I wanted to put some of this inside as a page. Alright, so we're just going to use this. hot. So yeah, I don't know that this is gonna work at all. I may need to turn it over and do this from the paper side. If so, how am I gonna do that without them going everywhere? So many answers, so many questions, so little answers. But here's what I'm thinking, and I'm not sure how far this will get today, but what I'm thinking is that where each of these meet up, I can poke a hole in the paper and then string a button to, you know, pull it down. All right, let's see if this is working at all. And it's not. It's sticking to the wax paper. It's not sticking. Everything's sticking to the wax paper. Okay, which means it's not going through. So let's turn this over. Line this up. Put another layer of wax paper, because hopefully I'll be able to pull all this off the wax paper later. Oops, hopefully. Just like that, and then that, and see if we can do it from the paper side, because it's working, it's just sticking to the wrong side. If it doesn't work this time, I do have another idea, and that is that I would do it to a thinner piece of paper, like just typing paper, and oh, I just dated myself. Copy paper. Anyway, and then glue that to the cover, because I know this is still a really heavy paper, so it may not, you know, the heat may not go all the way through it. All right, let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. It's definitely sticking to this. Oh, I think it's sticking this time. Oh. But they weren't all, and I moved it. Okay, let's see what we've done here. Let's see what we've done. Okay, it's not getting hot enough. Yeah, because see, this is not even too hot to touch. So let's try this again. All right, so let's rearrange these down, just like so. Get them rearranged back like they're supposed to be. And then let's just grab a piece of paper. All right, just a piece of regular paper. Do I have any regular paper back here? All right, this is heavier than copy paper, but thinner than this. All right, so let's try it. And if so, we can. Actually, it should fit. That, but it's not gonna, so let's just do it like this. And we can trim it down, and I'm not gonna put anything over it this time. Except, let's do this just in case any of that, oh. I don't wanna melt plastic onto here. Let's see what we've done. Well, except for the fact that that went the wrong direction somehow. Not sure. I think it's supposed to go like that. All right, let's try that one more time. See now what we've got. All right, I think it may have worked. I think it may have worked. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cool down for a second because we've got to now cut it down. All right, so let that cool for a second, and then let's figure out, and I don't know where there's plastic stuck to this, so I'm going to toss it just to be on the safe side. All right. This is actually the scrap we found, but that's pretty good. So let's notch that right there. And that should be big enough to cover that. All right. Where's my pencil? All right, so now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mark like this because I want to know where the inside is, because I'm going to decorate this a little bit first. Which also means I need to know where my pages are. Okay, so there to there. So let's take that, stick that right there, close it, and that's my spine. Do the same thing over here. Close it. That's my spine. Okay. Alright, my spine is actually just past that, but that is totally fine. So let's set this aside. And I don't know if you can see those pencil marks, but they're just giving me a reference point. So now let's grab all our little scraps that we brought. So these are the ones I got from my stash up front. And then these are the ones that came in the kit. All right. What I'm thinking is that I just want to do some patches. You know, just some little patches. So there'd be one for the front, one for the back. Right, right. And then same thing with this. Let's just come over here and cut a little bit. And that. Okay. All right. Back. All right, I'm thinking that's enough actually, because I want to leave some room to put a stamp. Okay, so I'm going to put that one, or maybe that one, that one, and that one. And if there's not enough room for my stamp, I can always stamp on another piece of material and put it on too. And I like these going this way, but maybe more like that, so they go for both sides. All right, so here's my wax paper, and yo, I've sat right here and, oh, here it is. You can say I've sat right here and lost the plastic wrap. Here it is. All right. I'm not sure this is enough to cover all that. There's that side and this side. Okay, and then this one here and this one there. Okay. And then this one there, and this one there, and then this one like that, and this one like that. Right. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, well, let's get it smooth first, and then we'll do the rest. All right, where's my material scrap? Here it is. All right, let's just iron and see what we get. All right, let's see if it worked. We might have to let it cool off. Yeah, the problem is it has stuck, just like with the last time, it stuck to that more than that. So let's turn it over and do it again. All right, and now then, nope, it's stuck to here. Why did it stick to here? I guess because I have too much. I thought this would work. Is what I thought. Okay. It's sticking, but it's sticking to the wrong thing. So what am I doing here? I've never tried to do this, obviously. Let me fold this up and into there and try again. check this side. All right, you know what I think? I think my problem is that there was too much sticking to my paper there. So maybe if I did this, see, that didn't even stick to itself. Look at that. It's just completely separate. I saw somebody do this, and I thought, well, that would be great for this because I saw it on I don't know, a post maybe? I don't know what I saw it on. It definitely didn't have this much trouble, I can tell you that. But here's what my thought was, that if I could use this plaster rack to turn this material into like a iron-on, then I could just come back through and hand sew it actually down, but I don't have to worry about the fact that I can't really sew, you know, because y'all know I can't really sew. I cheat. I can make it look like I sew, but I can't really sew. Okay, I think that worked. Do we think that worked? We'll see once it cools if it stays. I need some more plastic though, because there's not any right there. Or there. So let's see, can we put some under there like that? All right. Oh, that was hot. Of course it was hot. Duh. Okay, I think this is gonna work. I think it is gonna work. Maybe not as easily as I thought it would, but I think it is gonna work. You can see they're down. Okay, so let's check this side. Oh, they're down. All right, let's get the excess off so it doesn't stick to my iron. And just fold it under. We'll do the exact same thing here we did over there. Okay, well that did work. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool. I'm gonna clean up some of these strings. And that's gonna be cute. It was not easy. That I don't know that was worth it. But what I want to do is, you know, those big stitches, you know, that don't really look like they hold anything and probably don't hold anything. I want to do those all the way around it, more decorative than anything. So I needed something to hold it down already. So that's where we were. All right. So here's where we are, I think. So this, I need to cut this down. So let's cut this down. All right, let's throw all this away. All right. So my thought is that I'll put this to there, right? And then I will wrap this around here, right? And then I will do buttons in all these gaps, all right? Which is going to take a little bit to find them. But before I do that, I need to do my hand stitching on this top piece. So I need to do my hand stitching on this top piece first. Let me unplug that iron. Alright, so I'm going to hand stitch this just for the cutesies, right? And I'll do that off camera because y'all know how bad I sew. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is, how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to glue this down first. Let's go and do that right now. Except that is just wonky jaw, isn't it? Alright, let's just go ahead and glue this down. But you know what, let's use Oohoo because I don't want a super hard glue once it's dried because I gotta punch through it. Yeah. And I hope I can punch through it. Because I think I'm gonna have to punch my holes through the paper before I put my cover on so that I can see where they are. You know? Yeah, I think so. So let's get this down and let's get this cleared off, and then down here as well. Okay, and then take this and just put it on there just like that, and I'm just going to turn this over and like that. All right, and then we can cut any excess off. Like that, and like all right. And let's get some books to put on here so this will be nice and flat. So let's let this dry. Boom. And I'm going to stitch this. So that's gotta dry flat. That's gotta dry flat, and this has got to get some stitching. And then I think we're ready to put the cover on. I think it's gonna be cute. See if I can get it where you can actually see it. I think it's gonna be cute. It's gonna look kind of patchworky. And then I've got some Alice in Wonderland stamps that I'm hoping one will fit right here and maybe here and here. I hope. We'll see. But I'm going to do the stitches off camera, and I'll probably try the buttons on camera when I get to that part, and then finish them off camera because I'm sure I will be very slow at that as well. Would I do this to actually completely hold this down? No. You can see it's kind of hit or miss where it really stuck good. But for what I'm doing, I think it worked pretty good. Not as good as Stitch Witch, which I do actually have. Full confession, I just wanted to see if this worked. Alright, I will edit this down to something reasonable so that you don't watch me try to iron this down for half an hour, because that's pretty much what most of this was. And because it's 47 minutes and 47 seconds right this minute. So anyway, or right then, we've moved on now. So most of that is me trying to get this ironed down. So I will, I'll edit it down to just the interesting bits and get it uploaded for you. All right, I'm excited. Y'all excited? Bye.